What's up? It's Brad and Travis. We've got a comparison today. But first, special shout out to Kyle Johnson. Check this out.
Look at that.
It is super cool. Yeah, thanks for this. This will be our new display, our centerpiece. So that's pretty cool. But today we've got a comparison, and we are doing this is going to be a good one, Innova Destroyer.
We act like it's a secret. It's in the description. In the Defender. The DD Defender. It's always a secret.
The Destroyer and the Defender. Neither one of them... the Defender's a little bit more domey. If you can see through there. The Defender's a little bit more domey. As far as the rims, they are super identical. Super close to each other. The Defender might have a little bit more of an angle here, but they are super similar. In hand, they feel very similar. They both feel really good in the hand. Okay, the Destroyer. It was pretty stable. We had it in Star and Champion. That's what we used today. And Star was definitely a little less stable than the Champion, as we expected. But if I threw it on a hyzer, it just held that hyzer. You could use it as a skip shot disc. That would definitely work. The Champion was super stable. If I threw it flat, I got a little bit more distance out of it, and the Star, I was definitely getting a little bit more distance. The Champ, it just hyzered out pretty quickly. And then on an Annie, again, the Star, it held it a little bit longer than what the Champion did. And overhand, this worked really well. The Champion was great for the overhand. I was getting some really good distance with it. All right, the Defender. We used it in Lucid and Biofusion. The Lucid was very similar to the Champion, and that was stable. On a hyzer, it just held the hyzer and faded out pretty quickly. When I threw it flat, it got a little bit more distance. The Bio, you could definitely see that it was similar to the Star, maybe a little bit less stable than the Star Destroyer, but again, they were very similar. I wasn't getting a ton of distance. I was really not throwing well at all that day, but they're stable discs. Again, this is very similar to the Destroyer, and it crushes as a thumber. You can really get some good distance with it.
The Innova Destroyer, everyone's heard of it. This is this is actually the first time I've really thrown them a lot, and the Star is great. It's a little less stable than the Champion, a good bit less stable actually, and it flies really great. Glides, throw it on a hyzer, it shouldn't really pop up and turn at all. It's just going to be really stable, but get the glide for you. The Champion, I can throw it as hard as I want on a flat release, and it's coming out into any type of wind. So the Star was a little bit more workable for me. The Champ was almost too stable. Like you could beat it in, but as a distance driver, I just couldn't get it out there far enough. But the Star on an Anheuser, it held that turn for a while and then dumped out. Really predictable fade. Speed 12 disc, and it felt good in my hand. Forehand, the Champ was super hoggy. I threw it on a big Anheuser, and it still came out. Star, it'll just be a little straighter. The DD Defender felt very similar to the Destroyer in my hand. Flew very similar to, it was kind of, I guess I could say it's in between the Champ and the Star. It was not quite as stable as the Champ, but it was great for just throwing it flat, let it get out there a little bit, and it fades out. I could throw it into any headwind. It's never going to really dance on me too far. Anheuser, it rides it out, gets really good distance, fades out. Feels really good in the hand. I mean, you saw the Anheuser there. I'm not really good at throwing Anheisers, but I put a decent pull on and it comes out early. Plastics-wise, they were really similar. I didn't really tell too much of a difference in the flight. The Bio maybe was just a slight less stable. The Bio flew great with a forehand. I could crank on as hard as I can, and it would fly really far and have that predictable fade.
All right. Recap time.
So, Destroyer, awesome, because no matter what plastics you pick, it really decides on what the stability is. So Star, less stable than Champ. Defender, it's almost the complete opposite. Bio's just a little less stable. Depending on what your philosophy is, if you like less molds, go Destroyer. If you like more molds, or you're okay with more molds, go Defender. For me, it's such a hard decision, guys. I guess I'll go Defender if I have to pick something. I'm going to continue to test both, but as of right now, I already have a Dynamic Disc Enforcer that it fills that role in my bag, but because of that Destroyer having, if you get a little lighter weight in a Star plastic, it'll be more understable. It might fill my Trespasses role. I like that, but I want to test them a little bit more before I really put one in the bag, but if I had to pick one, I'll go Defender.
Yeah, so I liked both of them. I like DD's plastics.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the Destroyer because what I like about it, which you didn't really get to see, actually you didn't see in this video, but we will be doing a whole separate video on all of the different Destroyers and different plastics. But what I like is that, like, if you get a pro Destroyer, we have one and it is flippy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get an Eco Star and it's flippy. You can get the Star and it's way straighter. You can get the Champ and it's a hog. And they all are Destroyers and they all feel the same, which is, I like that. I think that's, I like that. I think it's a good idea. So I picked the Destroyer. I currently have this one in my bag. It's just like a headwind when I don't want it. I know that I'm not going to flip this. So that's what I use it for. And I like it. It's in the bag right now. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Check us out on all the social medias. You'll see those right here. See ya.